the BSTTEK BSTTEK Quick Access Biometric Fingerprint Pistol Safe. Comes in this box here. It's got some quick facts at the bottom, what's all features. You've got your dimensions, which match up more or less the interior dimensions we can talk about in a minute. It's got a quick setup guide on the back, which you conveniently don't need. It's got what they call an intelligent voice guide, which will actually guide you through this process painlessly. Take it out of the sleeve, take it out of the box, take the foam off the edges. It comes in this plastic bag with manual keys. Don't lose your manual keys. Don't put your safe with the keys inside wherever you need to put it. Have the keys on your key ring, have them somewhere else. It comes with included the 4 AA batteries. So when you first grab it, you install your key, and it's got this nice spring loaded lid. You will find your cable for installing it in, say, your vehicle if you're traveling, or depends on how you mount it in your house. We'll talk about that also. The feet that I threw over here, 3M adhesive from the bottom, doesn't scratch up your furniture. You depend on where you put it, install it, lay it. Drywall anchors. Manual, you can refer to it later, but you really don't need it. You'll find your AA's, you'll install them. Right behind the keypad here is a battery cover. You'll pull it off, install your batteries, and comes set up with your code as 123456. It's a 6-digit code. I have it all 5s. Let's see that blue light there. Help you see in the dark. It's not white. We'll see what that does to night vision. That's pretty bright looking at it from this angle. I think it's pretty well lit. The button for the settings are right under that light. I'm going to press it and you can hear the voice guide. Then we'll go into the factory settings so you hear the voice guide twice.
Press 1 set 6-digit password. Press 2 set fingerprints. Press 5 delete fingerprints. Press 6 delete password.
Doesn't tell you, hold the button down for 10 seconds and it'll reset to factory settings. So I'm going to press that. This is something you'll want to get if you want quick access to something. Put it not in your big safe that's attached to the concrete, bolted in.
Restore factory settings succeed.
You want this for quick access. You want it for legal compliance in some states as far as handgun storage. You want something smaller in a drawer. You want to take it with you on vacation in your vehicle. You cable it to your car seat. So it's not just loose in a bag or a purse, your glove compartment. Let's set up your fingerprints.
Press 1 set 6-digit password. Press 2 set fingerprints. Lift in rest finger 5 times on fingerprint reader.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Settings succeed.
I think it didn't count the first one. When you see it flash, then you know it accepted that particular entry. So I've got my left index finger, the passcode.
Press 1 set 6-digit password. Please enter 6-digit password.
Let's do all ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Please re-enter password.
I can see it down here. You might not see it on the video. It changes cyan when it accepts the number.
Settings succeed.
The keypad also has a nice tactile response. You can hear it. Doesn't beep when you're pressing it, so if you're getting it in the middle of the night, you're not hitting 6 beeps. Beep, 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 beep. And someone might be able to say, hear that you're accessing a safe or something like that. All you get that solenoid releases, you can hear that, but by then you've reached in and grabbed one of, technically, 4 4 handguns is what this says it fits. And depending on your firearm, it's quite possible to get 4 in there. I got 2 over here. Some room for some smaller ones maybe. If you put them in this orientation, flip that one over. You got room for that one? Probably so. Just depends on how you orient it and what you have. This is a full size, so maybe you don't quite get 4. 4 pistols, definitely. I could get 4 of those in there, but you've got room for other things. Safety-wise, say group of passports, some fake cash, flashlight, P-mags. 40 doesn't fit width-wise, but it does fit lengthwise. Doesn't really matter on the bottom. 30 does fit. That guy right there. Some other pistol mags. A knife. Handgun. On top. Fits just fine. I did my left finger. Fingerprint. You may have noticed, and that just pulls out right. You leave it on top, obviously. I set my fingerprint up in this orientation. Let's try it. Was one of my worries. What happens if I put it in my drawer a different direction and I didn't remember which direction? It takes about 60% of your fingertip on this pad. It's labeled as an oversized biometric pad. I have bigger fingers, so they're about right for me. Smaller fingers, no problem. You'll get it. You can see that the pad's beveled a little bit, so there's definitely a bottom to this, and you can get in there really comfortably. I like this safe. I don't know if I travel with it. I can't fit it under a seat, but let's talk about this little latch here. Safety cable. The manual has a different picture. It has a wing nut. It has a collar. You'll put this cable around a portion of your seat bracket in your car, something like that, secured, and you'll put the other end through one of these holes, either on the left side or the right side, depending on how you're going to be putting it. And throw a towel over it or something, but then you know it's secure, and they can't just grab it if they go in your car. They'll have to have some tools to cut it or pry it open. Obviously, if a thief brings tools, it doesn't matter what you have, but you are legally compliant. You put your collar on the end here, all the way down, and kind of twist it as hard as you can, then it's double nutted. For security issues, when you double nut it, this prevents you from losing. If you just had it on the screw, technically if you pull and twist hard enough, it'll unscrew. But if it's double nutted, it doesn't matter how much. If I grab that bottom color, I twist either direction, it's going to be double nutted on there and secure. Drywall anchors, the drywall will rip way before the screw does, or the sheet metal here. It's good for mounting it, but I wouldn't call it secure. It'll still be in the safe. You're still legally compliant. The sheet metal we'll talk about. It says on one part of the ad or feature list 14 gauge, and another place it says 10 gauge. But with that felt pad disregarded, let's see. You got 1.9 millimeters. Let's try it again. 2 millimeters, 2.1. Depending on if you're looking at imperial or standard gauge specs, you'll still find a variance. I'm guessing somewhere in the 14 gauge area based on those millimeter measurements, but it's stout. I can't bend it by hand. If you bring tools, then it's a whole different story. This rim here doesn't reach all the way to the end, so technically you can slide something in there. It's much thinner than this piece of plastic and pry it. But let's go back to the other feature. It has double latches, and with this nice little rim right here, I can't put something in here and actually get to that latch. It blocks from the latch side. So that's great. I like that. You've got your drywall anchor holes. Drill a hole in the drywall, put the plastic part in there, put the screw on the inside here, and then just put it into the hole in the anchor. And it'll hold on the wall, or inside your closet, say. But if I go to pull this off, it'll pull right out of the sheetrock. Overall, I love this thing. It's great. The setup is super easy. Let's say I want to add a family member, but I forgot. Man, what number was it? Was it 1 or 2? Was it 1 or 2 for the digits or the fingerprint pad? Doesn't matter because I hit the button.
Press 1 set 6-digit password. Press 2 set fingerprints.
Yeah,
Press
2.
5 delete fingerprints. Press 6 delete password.
So we put the 2 in there.
Lift index finger 5 times on fingerprint reader.
Do a different finger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Setting succeed.
Because you want a couple fingers from each hand. Today I have a band-aid on my pinky finger. If my pinky finger was the only fingerprint I had registered, I'd have to use the digit or the key. So, several fingers, several hands, several people, 100 different storage passwords. I couldn't find a place in my car for this to fit, so it would go on the passenger floorboard, attached with a cable and just a towel or something covering it. If I was going to leave a handgun in the car, it would be in the glove box. Everybody knows to look in the glove box, or a bag. Everybody would know that there's a bag. But hey, you can just break the window and grab the bag and leave. Not so much if I have it very securely in my panel, my box here. The dimensions. See, don't have my index finger on the right hand yet. I ran into the only issue that's not the same listed, and it still is technically the same. The interior dimension of 7.9 inches. Well, I have something that is in place. Right there, not quite fitting. You just lock it into place, you still got plenty of space, but it's not technical. I wish the resetting switch, the button, was covered by, say, the battery cover. If you're traveling and your heavy stuff were to touch it for any long period of time, 10 seconds, right?
Press 1 set 6-digit password. Press 2 set fingerprints.
It'll
Press
reset
5 delete
the whole
fingerprints.
thing.
Press 6 delete password.
And hopefully you still have your key. But the likelihood of that happening, honestly, if I was traveling, I would just get a new piece of foam that wasn't just the bottom to keep things from scratching. Pick and pull or cut a large piece of foam to where things will nest securely. It'll be away from your button there. You can cover that, cut a small space for the lights. Good to go. Not worried about that. Customization of a safe like this, completely on the user. Totally acceptable. Plenty of space. I like all the space that's in here. This is the 4-gun safe. I'm not sure if they have a 1 or 2-gun safe, but those are out there also. This is something I would have for 2 or 3 people to have access to at the same time. Easily put another item in there for a 3rd person. Recommend it. I might even buy more for the house. Different closet. One for the car. Stays in the car. Could be. Thank you.